in this bitch life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up, look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. Bitch, I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. All on tour, got bitches screaming. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. On God. Walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city, that's on money, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Nigga, don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging niggas, dodging all that fake shit. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid, bitch. All the niggas know me from the street. Niggas asking for what feature, that's like every other week. Niggas talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these niggas watching me as I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. On God. Walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him, hey. Hold up. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up.
Chop Shop and Mint Mobile have partnered together to bring you some good news. And the good news is that Mint Mobile's cell phone service and wireless services are here, and they're here to save you money. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services as low as $15 a month. That is right, $15 a month. That means you are still keeping your same speed, you're still having the same coverage, you still are able to use the same data that you use, but for the low price of $15 a month. Switching to Mint Mobile is totally easy. I mean, they've made it so easy. You can literally download your SIM card. They have an eSIM card program. You're able to download a SIM card to your phone, and immediately within like 15 minutes, you can activate that SIM card and have a new line with Mint Mobile. For a special limited offer for our Chop Shop viewers, you can get the Mint Mobile services, the unlimited services. That's usually $30. You can get it for $15. That's 50% off. You're saving 50%. You're going to get the unlimited service for Mint Mobile for only $15 a month. Think of all the stuff you could do with a little bit of extra money that you save from your cell phone bill in your pockets. You can go to a Rockets game. You can, take your family out to eat. Like I said, nobody should be paying this much for cell phone services in 2023. The technology is too good for that. So make the switch today. Make the switch today. Go to the link in the description of the video. Support the channel. Check out Mint Mobile as we're partnering with them, and we're gonna keep dropping that heat.
What up? What up? What up? CSGs.
CMB.
What's happening? CSGs.
Man, we all we got.
We all we got. What's happening, man? Appreciate everybody for coming through.
My brother's keeper.
My brother's keeper. Yes, I am. What's happening, CSGs? What's good? Appreciate everybody for coming through. Yeah, it's been a little minute. Your boy Space, I went away on a little mini vacation. Took my wife and kids, my family out to San Antonio. Went to Six Flags. Didn't know it was gonna be the Fright Fest, but we went out there and had a good time, and I got to clear my mind, relax. The last little vacation before we get this hectic season started. So how y'all feeling out there? I appreciate everybody for coming through and dropping by, chopping it up with the Chop Shop, man. How y'all feeling out there? My bad. Yeah, man. As you see, we all know about the KPJ allegations, and more than likely he probably won't be on the team no more, at the facility. So looks like we can no longer depend and count on KPJ. So it's got to be a next man up attitude going into this new season. I think with the absence of KPJ, I think some people probably have to reevaluate how the season will probably play out. I don't think it'll be too much of a drop off, but as a talent, we all know how special KPJ was on the court. So some guys are gonna have to step up and fill the role, fill the scoring, fill the backup point guard position, etc., that we had pretty much pegged KPJ to be. I would say anywhere between 15 to 18 points a night. Somebody's gonna have to step up and do that scoring load especially on the bench unit that KPJ was gonna provide. If you haven't seen any of the new videos that Frank did with the pods, go check them out, man, because he gets real in depth with Kelly Eco and Clutch fans, and these guys are like behind the scenes. They know a little, they're privy to a little bit more information than just us at the chop shop or your casual fan is privy to. So those were some very interesting podcasts that he put on with him and Kelly Eco and Clutch fans. So if you haven't, go watch them. I think you'll be a little bit more informed on why, some of these guys, the front office is doing this, doing that, why they probably feel like their hands are tied to a certain extent, that they can't do what they probably want to do with them. Stone, as we all know from watching those videos and seeing articles and being updated on the news around surrounding the Houston Rockets, that Stone is trying to trade KPJ. Now, me personally, I don't think he's going to get many to any offers for KPJ, just because the optics look so bad with the case and all of the information surrounding the case. We don't know exactly to what extent everything was going on, but it looked like, I think Frank and Clutch fans really did a great part on what the front office is looking at and how can they, I guess, I hate to sound like this, but salvage some of KPJ's salary or trade him for expiring. But if you the other GM on the other side of the coin, you also got fans and people that support your team that's not gonna vibe well with trading for an allegedly domestic violence abuser that KPJ, seems to be right now. But all the evidence, all the facts haven't came out yet, but I think there's enough evidence and enough backlash that's happening surrounding him that people should just kind of wait. But as far as the opposing GM, you don't want to have that negativity, that PR debacle for trading for him. So I think we're gonna have to just probably keep him away from the facility till the NBA make a judgment call on what they want to do with him. So it's gonna be next man up. And I think as far as Jabari, the 3-point shooting that KPJ provided, Jabari is gonna have to stretch the floor. He's gonna have to shoot better threes at a higher clip. Fred VanVleet, he's gonna have to shoot at a higher clip. I think that Amen Thompson, he's gonna have to get acclimated to the NBA game quicker than probably what it was expected. So he's gonna get probably thrown in the fire from jump and playmaking. Şengün probably gonna have to play make a little bit more. And Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore is actually probably gonna be able to see the court. Tari, he's gonna have to be, I don't want to say a ball handler, but he's got to be more of that glue connector guy than he probably was last year, because it's a lot of roles that KPJ was probably going to fill that no longer we're going to have on the team, depending all of the backlash or whatever, and him being suspended or him being traded, him being cut, waived, something. Pretty much, I think his time in Houston is done. So we're gonna have to facilitate some of those roles around the other guys and try to make another complete backup scoring type player that KPJ was gonna be. And I know 6C Charlie, I don't know if this gonna change his views or any of y'all views on the win total this season, but I was gonna chalk up maybe at least 3 to 4 wins KPJ probably can win for us by himself, and that's probably gonna take a little bit of hit. So I was always 38 to 42. I might semi-adjust it to like 35 to 40, just because we're not gonna have KPJ there. But I do still have faith in Udoka to have everybody ready. And it's a shame that these young guys, after already going through 3 years, well, few of them going through 3 years of a rebuild, that now they got another kind of distraction with one of their main guys being in the news for some negativity like this. So I'm hoping all of them have their minds together and not just distracted or say something crazy to where it's going to be another distraction on it. But yeah, like I said, I think just the collection of the whole group, especially from the young guys, are actually going to have to step up, fill out. They're going to have to learn quicker. KPJ was kind of that barrier, and I know a lot of people was like, be of the mindset like, yeah, that's gonna give more minutes to Amen so he can just play more. But it kind of do away with the barrier or that cushion that Amen had, like the time wise, to where he don't have to be just great from the jump. He can actually be slow rolled into actually being a good point guard, a good backup point guard. Now we do still have Fred VanVleet. You know what I'm saying? We still got Fred VanVleet, but this kind of is dampening. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't think we would have to go through this, bro. Truthfully, I didn't think we was gonna have to go through this, and it's just another hurdle that the Rockets is gonna have to get through. We're gonna have to get through this. There's something that we just gonna have to live with. Put it in the back of our minds, and as fans, as players, as an organization, let the front office do their job. Let them figure it out, and they're gonna have to come out and just play ball. They're gonna have to just come out and play ball for real. So that's my spiel on it. I'm gonna see who we got in the chat with us. CSGs, what's good with it? Charles Robinson, 6C Charlie, what's good with it? Appreciate you for joining us. Sigga Miggs, what's happening? Sigga Miggs. Chet Man, what's good, Chet Man? Brandon Pimpson, what's happening with you, Brandon? Ken Young Plumber, my boy KP, what's good with it? Shalise Carter, what's happening? Who else we got in here with us? DJ M60, what's good? Terry Agent, what's happening? I like that fun. Appreciate you for joining us. And D Dav, what's good? D Dav, appreciate you for joining us. Like, I can't be on too long tonight, so I'm gonna just go ahead and bring y'all up. I know y'all got some things on y'all mind. Sorry I've been away again. Vacation. Let me get the link so I can bring y'all up so y'all can chop it up with your boy Space. Let's see. get the link from my CSGs. Here we go. Alright. Alright, there go the link. Hit the link, come up, chop it up with your boy. I'm eager to hear from y'all. Got my boy 6C Charlie in here. What's good? What's good? What's happening, Charlie? What's good with you? Can you hear me, Charlie? I can't hear you, Charlie. I can kinda hear you. You talking, Charlie? I can't hear you, bro.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. What's good with it, Charlie?
Ain't nothing too much. This is what I have to say. First, I want to start off saying God bless the Chop Shop family and everybody that's come together. God bless you, Space, and Frank, because you guys really brings it, and it always be something good whenever y'all are on. That's why we miss you so much. Now,
Appreciate it.
I listened to Frank and on both of his things, and I just have a thing to say. Now, the guys them that was over there with Frank was trying to make it seem like it's all what Stone done. Look at Stone, look at Stone. Now, when you turn around and examine what went on, yeah, the Rockets made the same mistake with James Harden, giving him too much, letting him get a chance to get away with too much. And look what in the world happened. He turned around and did what he did. There was a lot of Rockets fans that was silly enough to want him to come back to tear up the team some more. Yeah. Which would have been crazy to turn around and do. Now, I don't blame Stone like a lot of the people was over there saying something about, because the simple fact that you would like to be able, they seen his talent, as everybody was saying, and they wanted to really give him a chance. Victor Oladipo left us, didn't want to stay there, and a whole lot of other people back when Harden left didn't want to be here. So they thought they had their next Harden, and this idiot is what they turned around and thought. Now, it made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes sometime, but it's not all on Stone, on look at what Stone did, look at what Stone did. Now, also, there was a lot of fans hollering, oh, Kevin Porter Jr., yeah, we got KPJ, all of this, until it happened. Right now, I don't think they're going to be able to get much, because don't nobody want him on their team. You know, I agree they should have got rid of him a long time ago. You got rid of Wood, but you wouldn't get rid of him, which was a mistake that they did make. But you look at all the other good things that Stone has done, and look at what Morey did. He gave away all our draft picks for Westbrook, and look what in the world done jumped up and happened. So I didn't like the way that they were just trying to turn around and double down on Stone so bad. And the way that people on there, if you listen to it, was talking about, you know, I don't know if they gonna make the playoffs. They still gonna be 6 seed. The thing that we gotta look at, this was a blessing, Space. You know, now he didn't get a chance to do it during the season. It was going to happen. and everybody hollering, oh, we don't know all the evidence. You don't need to know the evidence. You know he did something stupid. He's been doing stupid stuff ever since he been in the league. What makes you think he ain't did this? Now, the thing that's going to go on is Amin gets a chance to. We drafted him number 4. Let the man play. Let's see what he can do off the bench. He may not be all the way ready, but I'm sure he can get us 15 points. I know he can do that. And then you got, like I said, you let Cam Whitmore and Tate battle it out for who's going to take that position also. So I feel, yes, it's a setback, but it ain't as bad as what everybody is trying to make it be. Now, last thing, Space, because I want to hear what you have to say about all I'm talking about, is we got to quit, because see what's going on is we now burning down our own house. Oh, KPJ is gone. Oh, KPJ did this. Yeah, he did some stuff, but like I said, we still the Rockets. We still got all this talent on this team, or then we got a whole lot of talent on this team. It's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna hurt as bad as what people think. I think that we gonna be just fine if we can get Landry Shamet or something like that for Kevin Porter Jr. Go for it. If you can't, do the same thing they did to Wall. Sit his butt down. Don't let him come to play. Don't let him have nothing to do with it, what's going on with it. Whatever the public relations nightmare that's gonna come, heck, we should be used to that by now. I keep saying the Houston Rockets hate is real, so we've already been used to that already and stuff. So that's where I'm going with it, man. I don't think that it's Stone's fault. I don't think people should be getting the pitchforks out for Stone and, oh, it's Stone, this and that. We were sorry. I mean, dirt sorry. And the thing about it is we was looking for something to be, kind of at least a little bit decent. And if this idiot wouldn't have did what he did, then look what we would have right now. But you got to look at if the season would have started. Come on now. He's walking off the court. He's pouting. He's acting a fool, claiming it is his team and all this other old stuff. We don't need that right now, man. It's good that it's been done now before preseason and training camp come. Bring those young boys on up. That's what we drafted them for. So, okay, let me shut up, Space, and let you talk.
No, I was going to ask you, well, who do you think going to be the next man up? Like, who do you think needs to take the majority of the responsibility that KPJ was going to have, coming off the bench? Amen Thompson?
Amen. Yes, it should be Amin. It's his turn now. He could take what, you think about what the bench is going to look like. Amin is a pure point guard. He can pass the ball. He can rebound. He can play defense. He can do everything but shoot pretty good. So the thing about it, he'll be all right. Then you turn around and you got whoever they want to throw, because it's not going to be a 12 or 15-man thing that's going to be played. It's only going to be about 8 players to maybe 10 at the most that's going to get a chance to play every game. Now you turn around and you give that to Amin. Amin's the first guard coming off the bench. The first small forward coming off the bench going to be either Tate or Cam Whitmore. And then the first power forward to come off the bench, I'm looking at Tari Eason to be the backup to Jabari. And you put Jock Landale in there, and let's roll with what we got.
Already, you heard it. That boy 6 seed Charlie. So you still screaming 6 seed, right?
6 seed, man. It ain't going nowhere. It's 6 seed. Because like I said, look at what we do got. That's just one player, and it's got everybody panicking. One player, a player that's been acting a fool ever since college. And now everybody hollering like, oh, the season is lost. I don't know if we're going to make it now because of him. Hell, we wasn't making it when he was there with stupid Silas. He wasn't doing nothing that's going to make anything worth anything. It's just that, like I say, now, if you can hold on to that $15 million, pay that man that $15 million and use that $15 million next year for the draft that it is. But we going to be 6 seed. I'm telling everybody that. We going don't do it. I believe in Udoka. I believe in our young core because, like he said, youth ain't an excuse. The man is telling everybody what it is that he's going to do. And see, last thing, I'm going to let you talk, Space, is what do you think is going to happen when he get on Kevin Porter Jr.? He gonna pout, he gonna get mad, he might even throw a chair or do the stupid stuff that he was doing. It's good you did it now. Bye. Go on about your business. I don't care if that girl do say, well, he didn't do it. I don't want to hear it. It's enough's enough. You guys to turn around here and do what you're gonna do. Go to China and play for Yao Ming over them over there and see if you can get away with doing what you can do there. Because all of us have either a sister or a mother. What would you think if that was done to her? Even if he didn't break her neck, he did enough to turn around and jump up and have this to be where it is. And it's like I said, the Rockets, I have to give Stone them a pass. We were sorry as dirt. And they was looking for somebody to want to come over here to be able to help us. And nobody wanted to stay here. Not even sorry, what's the name? The light-skinned dude whose brother used to play for us. He didn't even want to stay when we had him. No, I don't want to be there. Now Austin Rivers want to talk about that's what was the problem. Why didn't you say that earlier when you was calling us sorry? Same with John Wall. Why didn't y'all say this stuff earlier? Now you want to jump up here and act like it's this because they're trying to throw fire on the space. The hate for the Rockets is real. I keep telling everybody that, and I can't stand it because every other team out there can have somebody that's been acting a fool and you don't hear any of this jumping off. We done been sorry long enough. The man is gone. Come on, Udoka, show them everybody what it is that was going on because last thing, Space, listen how they were talking about when we got Udoka. Oh, he done turned around and did this. Oh. It's always something that's, around us all the time. And when we trying to get somebody, they always run over there and give them to somebody else. So let me shut up because this was a subject I was waiting on you for. And I tell Frank, I said, I'm still praying for you and everybody on this panel because I love everybody on this panel. And you keep being a father to your kids and to your wife. Keep doing that because that's what's wrong with families right now. People just want to turn around here and do whatever they want to do and they don't want to be a father and be able to do what you did. So you keep on doing it, okay?
Appreciate that, Charlie. Appreciate that. Good looking out. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, I agree with almost everything you said, except for the Stone. Stone in the front office do need to take a little bit of responsibility for this. But I got my boy Frank in here. Frank, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear, bro. You loud and clear.
Okay. Now, Charlie, like Space said, I love a lot of what you said, but I'm gonna disagree because the way I know you was raised like this, I'm raised like this. At the end of the day, we as men, we get held by a standard, and we got to take responsibility for our jobs. And if you was working as an auto mechanic and you sold somebody a car that the wheels came off, just because you they like you or whatever, maybe your supervisor like you, they still gonna hold you accountable for selling a bad car. So Stone's job is personnel. Like that's literally his job. And with the Rockets, that's for him. He is the guy that makes the decisions on which players we get on the roster and largely a lot of the time what type of position they get on the team. So I'm with you about one thing I pointed out in the videos is that it's one of the bad things about this is it's bringing a negative light to a season that's supposed to be very optimistic for the fan base, and I don't want people to forget that fact that this is we're turning the corner on coming out of this rebuild. But to me, and I'm not even saying this you, Charlie, but that type of just blind optimism and faith on the team is the reason we go through a few years of the type of Kevin Porter Jr. things. We need more people speaking up. The reason we made this channel, the Chop Shop, and Space can attest to this, is because there was too much optimism around the Rockets while me and Space for 2 years. You talking about why people ain't say nothing? We've been saying something.
Yeah.
The whole time we called out everything just because we love this team. It's okay to criticize the team. You don't have to be overly optimistic because what that does, it blinds your analysis of what's going on. So you're caught off guard by these situations. We've been Space. How many times we talked about literally this type of situation that we in right now, bro, on Spaces on Twitter?
Countless, and we was called haters, all kinds of stuff, man. And we were just calling it like we see it, bro. Just you don't see a lot of this other stuff with teams, even tanking teams. You didn't see a lot of this stuff that the Rockets was going through these past 3 years, bro. So I know tanking is one thing, but having accountability and structure and that whole nine, that's something totally different from just tanking. That's something front office needed to get ahead of, and I think they didn't.
Well, one thing I'm gonna say, I just want to say this. Frank, you got me to see something that I didn't see. You in Space, y'all did. I can't argue a fact like that because of the simple fact of what you guys are saying. I didn't see it from that view. And this is why I love being around y'all. I love what it is. It's just this. I want to say this, and I'm gonna shut up. Frank, I wish you would sit back and give me a text before you do it in the morning, because it seems like every time in the morning I look and it say 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago, and I'll be like, dang, I don't get a chance to tell him I'm praying for him.
Hey,
I do.
It don't be
I do.
I don't know, damn man. That's YouTube. But let me say this, Charlie. Let me say this, and what I want you to know is that for me in Space, our jobs on this platform is to tell the good, bad, and ugly for y'all. You keep your fire as a fan and support the team through thick and thin. But we have to, even though I'm right there with you, I want to see the Rockets in a positive light every time. But me in Space and all the different panel members that we bring on, we have to step out of our fan seat and look at the team so we can give y'all the real, then you decide how you interpret it. You can argue, y'all be arguing in the comments or whatever. Our job is to bring it, and we may be wrong on some things and some things we may be right on. But if we was overly like just, oh yeah, everything is good, everything is fine, let's be positive, then it takes away from our ability to do what we function in on this channel. So I don't want you feel like your approach is wrong or mine is right. It's just that based on what we do, we got to keep it a buck all the time, and sometimes that buck may burn down a part of the house, but at the end of the day, is we letting you know there's a fire going on, so it don't burn down the whole house. So that's just our job, how we got to do it. But now I definitely appreciate all the kind words, and you bring a lot of wisdom to our channel, bro. So appreciate you.
Well, last things, Frank, you know why I like you in Space Go so much? Because like I said, you allow us to say certain things, and then you guys chime in or say some of the things that you guys are saying, and just like now, you make the person turn around and see it a little different from the way that I've been always looking at it. I'm sorry, because the Rockets can't do nothing no bad to me. I love them just that much. I hate when they lose, but I love them just that much. But I also love the fact that y'all give us an opportunity to do something that I have never been a part of ever, and when it comes down to some of the other podcasters that I have seen and stuff, see, it ain't all that arguing, it ain't all that cursing, it ain't all that acting a fool or whatever it is that's going on with it. I love y'all for that. So let me go ahead and stop, because I'll hog the whole Shapes channel, and that's not what I'm here for.
Appreciate that, Charlie. Give it up for Charlie, man. Give it up for Charlie. Brandon Simpson, what's good with it, Pimpson? Where you been at, bro?
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? Just a little bit busy with work, man. I know I've been slacking.
Yeah, we thought you ghosted us, bro.
Yeah, man.
Nah, hell no. Come on, this is the best content. I still repost y'all's content, on Facebook and Twitter, and try to keep everybody aware of it.
Already.
But I definitely check them out when I can. The kids keep me busy, though.
I know that part. So what's your whole thing about? I know you got something strong, strong emphasis to say. I know you got something to say.
On Stone.
Okay. Let us
But
go ahead, get it off.
so I mean, look, it really it wasn't a bad move going to get KPJ at all. I mean, just for the asset that we gave up, a second round pick, that's nothing, man. That's really nothing. So making the move was actually a good move at the time. But just like those reports where they were talking about what was it, the phone call that Wall made to Silas, or Silas made to Wall, just talking about how, hey man, this is the management's decision. He wasn't even on board with starting KPJ like that. So just that little bit right there just shows you the power that Stone was wielding around for KPJ, and it came down to where it's now hurting our younger cornerstone pieces that we know are going to be around. We know for sure we're trying to make them those cornerstones that we think they can be. So when you're hindering the growth of other players just for the sake of one guy with KPJ, man, that really hurts the team in the long run. I feel bad for Jalen and Jabari. Like that one. I seen a video on Twitter where Jabari didn't pass it to KPJ, and he's just standing there pouting and moaning and groaning about it. Like, come on, man. And then nothing was said about it, nothing was done about it. It's just brushed underneath the rug and stuff like that, man. You're trying to, when you're rebuilding a team, man, I think that one of the main things is that culture, right? We talked a lot about just changing the culture, and that right there just shows how
I got a cell phone for you.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think that's Charlie. Charlie, you'll mute up if you're not, because we can hear your conversation.
But yeah, I mean, you're hurting everybody else, not just yourself. And then when KPJ went down last season for what was that, like 18, 20 games or whatever, then now Sengun gets the ball in his hands more. And then you started seeing more of the growth with him and how he was playing with Jalen. Him and Jalen had a really good two-man game going during that stretch. And if we could have just focused a little bit more on that and just seen more of the growth within that, man, that would have made a big difference. I mean, last year you literally started, man, my mind's going to a blank. What's it? Bruno. You literally started Bruno just for KPJ. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. You're hurting Sengun doing that. That's just not how I think personally you build the team from the bottom up, from the beginning. So you last year and the year before, but mainly last year, you're really just setting it back. You just wasted a whole year and a half basically doing this, man. I'm very disappointed in it. And then I see not a lot, but I see some people still defending this. Like, how can you defend this, man? This is horrible when you're hurting the other valuable, real cornerstone pieces you got just for the sake of, I don't know if Stone just wanted to be right or something. He's trying to prove to everybody he can find talent and mold it to the way he wants it to be molded. I guess he was trying to mold them to the new Harden, but he's just not that. That's not who he is, I'm very disappointed, man. I'm very disappointed. I'm not saying fire him right now because obviously, you just started to bring in this talent and you're starting to really, really mold it together. So you kind of want to at least give him another year to see it out. But man, you can't tell me this ain't disappointing, just hearing all and then what it came out that he actually put his hands on Lucas. Like he put his hands on him, and then even us as fans, I did too. I did the same thing. We all just jumped on Wood. Oh, it's Wood's fault. It's all Christian's fault. And now we're really starting to see maybe it wasn't. I'm not saying he wasn't to blame either, but shouldn't have all just been directed at Wood, But I want to hear y'all a little bit more. I'll jump back in.
I happen to, me. I done made videos about Stone, even before this, even before him, covering for KPJ in certain situations. I was already kind of iffy on Stone. I said this end of last season. The end of last season, I was like, do we really need Stone? Because I agree, he do draft well. But if you look at our draft positions and where we was at, it was like almost surefire that we was going to get some talent. Either way it go, either way you cut it. Even if we would have got top 4, top 5 these 3 consecutive seasons, we was going to come away from this tanking with some talent.
With talent, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me say something real quick about that. Another thing for me is like the Tari, the Jalen, even this past year Cam. Those picks were basically just there for in his lap. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he made some crazy good moves and moved up, or he just got a player that maybe everybody thought shouldn't have went there, but he turned out to be a good pick. I mean, like Jalen was there. Everybody knew we were gonna pick Jalen. Everybody knew we were gonna pick Jabari. They kind of just fell to us. You know, Tari, he was supposed to go a lot higher than he did. So Cam, same thing. He was supposed to go a lot higher than he did. Those two right there, Tari and Cam, they both kind of slipped for the same reason in my eyes, and that's because they quote unquote don't know how to play the game. You know, they didn't have the feel for the game. So those were two surefire talents that fell. And then so the only one that I can see where he really just made a move to get and has turned out to maybe play above what people thought he was going to be, and that's Sengun. But everybody else kind of just fell into his lap, you know.
Yeah, I'm not mad about his drafting. I'm gonna take a quick little something so Frank can give his take. I'm just upset about how he covered a lot of the things up that these negative signs that KPJ was showing. Some of them he couldn't hide because they displayed themselves in real time on the court. But like some of the harassment he did, like driving into the car, all of these things, pushing Coach Lucas, like that was like covered up and just done away with. And he kept giving him time after time, chance after chance. I believe on any other team, if you walk away at halftime, you probably not on that team no more. You're not gonna do that on a Pop Coach team. You're not gonna do that in Miami. You're not gonna do that in Boston.
You think Pat Riley will sit back and watch a player that's not even a All NBA level player do that, bro? Pat Riley or one of these GMs, Danny Ainge.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? One of these guys.
No, not at all. The guy wouldn't even think about doing it because they know they will be off the team.
Facts.
That's why.
And I'm not like, I'm with you. I don't think it's to me this season is going to be the judge of, because all that stuff at the end of the day they were tanking, and okay, and you know whatever we've quibbled over some of the stuff is put up or shut up time for the Rockets. This is the first time we're going to see really where the team that they have constructed has results that's going to impact everybody. So we can't say it's because of this. It's not Steven Silas. There's no Christian Wood now. There's no Kevin Porter Jr. now.
Yeah.
Basically the common denominator at this point, because Jalen and them, they still babies, so they really still just learning. So the common denominator now is the GM. Can you put together a roster? And that's what we about to see. Like I said, I hope for his sake and the Rockets' sake and the fact that we want to have a great season, that and the fact that they brought in Coach Udoka, and some smart coaches, and we got some champions on the roster now. I think that's going to make a big impact. So, but there's no hiding no more. It's and that's what I love about this year is that all these things are going to get answered. And to Charlie's point, the Kevin Porter thing, I think was an interesting situation as far as what was he going to act like when things weren't going his way. If he got benched or he didn't get as many minutes as he thought, that would have been an interesting dynamic. But we'll never get to see that. That's on him. Who's gonna step up? That's the question, bro. Like, which player is gonna be the one that benefits? Like, is next man up? Is it Tari? Is he a guy that is gonna fill in that role where he's getting 30 or damn near 30 minutes off the bench? Is it gonna be split amongst Tate? Because I really think it does give an opportunity for me, in my opinion, players that help us win better. And I think my first guy that I would love off the bench is Tari Eason. And if they can stagger him in Jabari's minutes, I like, even though he's not starting, we'll find creative ways to put him and Jabari together, whether Jabari at the 5 or Tari playing the 3 while Jabari plays the 4. Just different things like that. I think I would love that.
Hey, real quick, when you keep going, I just wanted to say this. Like, another thing is, how everybody was talking about this year coming in, like, it's like, oh well, man, KPJ's not going to want to play off the bench. He's not going to want to do that. And just that kind of aura of us as a fan base thinking that way just shows how we've been just
kind of
convinced to just believe KPJ can choose and do what he wants. And that's
that. Remember, I said that on the video, bro. About it's almost like somebody that's like an alcoholic, and maybe like at a Christmas party when your family members recorded you drunk, but you got clean later on in life, and you watching yourself, you like embarrassed. Yeah. And thinking back at, if you read that article Clutch put out, and you just even think about some of the stuff you remember, you like, damn, we really let that, like this man put his hands on an elderly man and left the game.
Yeah. And then everything was pointed at Wood.
And he was suspended for a game?
One game, bro. This dude, listen, bro, they had to, he was gonna beat up John Lucas.
Yeah.
And again, I kind of fell victim to it too, as far as like, yeah, Wood needs to go. It's his fault. He did it the whole time. And we already knew. I think we all pretty much knew it was really KPJ. But just again, it's just we were almost convinced of, oh well, KPJ's not going to want to come off the bench. I guess he's just going to start. Like, that's horrible, man. That's horrible.
Yeah. I'm going to say something, then we're going to let Shalise go. It's almost like if we had a bad apple, it was KPJ. And they say one bad apple ruins the whole bunch. And it's like he, almost like David Pham says, it's almost like addition by subtraction. Now we don't have to worry about certain guys or that guy ruin it for the whole team, not getting back, don't want to get mad when he didn't get the ball, pushing people in the locker room, throwing things, all this type of nonsense that he was doing. Is almost like maybe we are a little bit better as far as morale and everything in the locker room without him. So it probably was a blessing in disguise. Shalise Carter, what's good, Shalise? You with me?
Yeah, hi guys.
What's happening, Shalise? What you got for me?
So I'm with you on your last statement. That's basically where I was going. Me and Charlie don't agree because he feels like if it was Tim, he would have said something. But I feel like you. I feel like everybody knew that this boy was a fool. So odds are you're traveling with this guy, you're with this guy, more than you with your family. Y'all know he a fool. So you're not about to try to ruffle no feathers because you don't want to be the one that he act the fool with. I wouldn't raise my hand to be the one he act the fool with, right? So you're going to be on eggshells everywhere you go. You're not going to want to do too much because, he can, at a flip of a switch, he could trip. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand where the team was in a sense because they didn't want to too much worse than what it already was. Because definitely if he would have acted a fool with somebody and it got out, and it could have been with the Christian Wood thing, it could have been that Christian Wood acted a fool with him. Yeah. Or went back and forth with him. Or went to with him and was like, I'm not just going to let you just talk to me in your type of way, blase, blase. And the Rockets decided to choose whichever one they wanted to get rid of. Do I necessarily feel like they got rid of the wrong one? Me personally, I feel like they should have got rid of both of them. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this is a blessing because due to his antics, it caused a lot of issues within just the guys in general. Yeah, it was Jalen Green's team and this and that, but if I was Jalen Green, I wouldn't want to be in arguments with somebody that's been in the league longer than me. I just got to this team. Yeah, they're saying it's mine, but it's just like it's a lot of feelings that go into that due to the fact that he is younger than most. Okay, you don't have nobody to back you up. It's just you. As you said, Stone and them want this man here, so I don't really know if they're gonna really choose me. Yeah, as fans, we could say, oh no, yeah, they would choose Jalen 100%. We don't really know that. You know what I'm saying? So It's just a lot. I do feel like I've always sort of known that KPJ was a problem. Did I enjoy his talent? Yes. But did I personally like him on the team? No. Did I personally like him? No. Because I felt like he was a narcissist. I still feel that way. You say things that people want to hear. You have this charm to you that people just, oh yeah, I like him, but you're a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? Like you have another mask that nobody knows about, right? But I do feel like it is a blessing in disguise because we do have all these new people, and I guarantee you he was going to act the fool. Like, I was just waiting. But I knew that in him acting the fool, Ime Udoka was not going to take that. So it would have been even more of a bigger bubble than what we're already in. Because now you got a coach that's top notch that don't really want to be with your organization because your player is acting a fool with him, and he feel like that he's not getting no respect. So the fact that this has happened and he's not around is a good thing. Do I necessarily put that on stone? I feel like at the same time, no, because there's a lot of nasty, dirty things that Daryl Morey did, and nobody is talking about what Daryl Morey did, right? Stone makes a mistake by choosing a player, and this player happens to be a hill of beans. That's okay. But look how many things Daryl Morey let go on. He literally disrupted the whole organization off of stuff that he did that had to cause us to end up tanking. We didn't have any draft picks. So to be honest with you, the one that I feel like is the worst is Daryl Morey. You let James Harden do things he shouldn't have been doing, which in all honesty, the organization didn't learn their lesson altogether from that situation, because due to that situation, you should have been very careful on who you chose.
Shirley, let me ask you a question about, because I heard this come up earlier.
Yes.
Is there a question though, as far as with the comparison? James was an MVP. I could squint, even though I agree with you 1,000,000% that Daryl Morey, I don't like him as a general manager. I know a lot of people do. I don't like his style, his approach to like looking at players as just objects and trade things and all that. But I get it. Like, if, in sports, they let the kid that's, they're going to let the star player do a little. So to me, is it really a comparison between James Harden and Kevin Porter Jr.? I mean, it's like two. I mean,
I'm not looking at it as where their positions are as who they are. I'm looking at it as from a human standpoint. Because as we know, if we don't chastise our kids and we let our kids do whatever they want to do, they're going to take advantage 100%. And at the end of the day, whether you're MVP, whether you're a champion, whether you're not, there's still a line. You will still have rules that you have to follow, because guess what? The toothbrush that you're brushing your teeth with, the tissue that you're wiping your butt with, I'm paying for that. So at the end of the day, there's a line. I don't care if you're an MVP, you're a champion, none of that. You're going to do what I say when I say. If you don't want to do that, the door is over there. That's what it should have always been. I don't care what you are. Because guess what? My millions is leaving my hand and going to you. I expect what I'm getting out of those millions. That millions ain't free. So I feel like whether James Harden was an MVP or not, he should have still had rules. You doing what they're doing, becoming NBA players, all that was a job. It was a job throughout their life that they did, and there was rules prior to them making these millions. Those rules don't change just because you're an MVP and you're making these millions of dollars and you got all this money and you can do this now. Nah. You still got rules, bro.
Hey,
so
I can't even. I knew.
Is that you got a soundboard, bro? What is?
Yeah, I got a soundboard, bro.
I'm like, I'm not tripping. I know Shalise ain't got no audience.
I just, that's just the way I feel like. And I feel like, James Harden did a lot of, you took advantage of something that you didn't have to do. You thought it was funny. Oh, well, they're just going to let me do this, so I don't care. Like, nah, bro, that's not even, that means you have no moral value.
If that's Stone's perception of GM and he came up under Morey, it just seemed like he kept on the same type of business, but he just chose the wrong. Like, to me, that's really my point. Was like, you right. You're not, you're exactly right. But I can see, you can convince me like, damn, that dude that damn good. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'll let him show up to practice, even though it's bad. Those are bad practice. You're never gonna win a ring doing stuff like that. He bumped heads with Chris Paul, bumped heads with Dwight Howard, bumped heads with his best bud, Russell. He bumped heads with everybody because these are professionals that come into our organization and they see how things. Not all of this stuff makes sense, guys. You take a big picture view of the Rockets over the past 10 years, and you look at all the stories that people say, why is it always us? Is because behind the scenes, there's a lot of unstructured and just kind of unfair practices and people not running a tight ship. So when these stars come in, these all decade team members that come to our organization, they look at it and they're like, I got to get out of here. Right. Stone saw that practice, but the thing that makes me confused is that the person you're gonna choose is somebody that literally is, and I get it. I think Brandon pointed this out. Initially, low risk, high reward. You do that, but when you get into the thing where you start making adjustments on your team that impacts other players that you have more assets invested in, then it gets a little confusing. Like, is it personal? Is it like, do you see him as like what was like that?
But I don't feel like I'm on the fence about it necessarily impacting Jalen Green and all of them. To an extent, yes, it did, but at the same time, I feel like that's not all just KPJ though. Like, I feel like everybody wants to throw that on KPJ, and that was not all KPJ. Now, with him acting a fool, that's him, and him making people feel these type plays, that's 100% him. But the way the team was moving, I don't feel that was a hindrance on KPJ. I feel like that had a lot to do with Silas, and that had a lot to do with whatever the organization was choosing to do. But I don't put that on KPJ, because at the end of the day, KPJ is
because the KPJ thing. He's a kid, right? Yeah. And then some people say, you know, we're a little older. I know I am. I know Space a little. So I see him as a kid.
Hey,
so
watch
I'm not
it,
gonna blame the kid for bad parenting. That's what I see. Like, if I tell him, if I'm an adult and I tell a child you can eat all the candy in the world, then somebody come in, they ain't gonna yell at the kid, why you eating all that candy? That's not good for your teeth. Look at the person letting him eat all. So he was just doing what a kid would do. You tell him he's gonna be the star point guard, he's gonna be the head honcho of the team, blah blah blah. Then yeah, he gonna live in that, and he has vices and bad habits that you're not helping him discipline and shape up. Then those go unchecked. So I'm with you. I don't blame him for literally nothing on the court. That's why it goes back to who are the adults in the room, it's coach and GM. And that's who should have been able to look at Jalen Green and be like, well, I'll spend number 2 pick on this kid. I got another first rounder here that I got to evaluate because, you know what? We ain't talking about all this right now, but Jalen's class of players got to get paid. And how much film, we don't even know what they are because they've been dilly-dallying for 2 years trying to figure out with Christian Wood and Kevin Porter and all these guys that aren't even here anymore. So I think that's really what it comes down to is like, it's just a lot of wasted time that we could have had more information to make a more informed decision on building the roster out than we do now.
I do feel like, in all honesty, I feel like all this is God just blessing them, because I do feel like I told Charlie, I was like, all that does is show that the Rockets have a good heart, because they've did a lot for James Harden. They've also done a lot for KPJ, and at the end of the day, people that have a good heart, they finish last. You know what I'm saying? You always go through the motions, and you look back and you be like, damn, like I did this, and this person basically did this to me. Like, I do feel like they have a good heart, and I feel like God is blessing them at the end of the day. Like, this is, you know, we got Ime Udoka, one of the best people, you know, and like you said, he like everybody says, he does have order. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like this is like, we're at the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to see brighter days. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that it's a blessing.
Hey, Shalise, I think what you say about the good heart, you do have a point, but it's a slight difference between having a good heart and being an enabler. Like, I know a lot of tough teachers, tough coaches that had a good heart, but they were still tough. They were still tough on because they wanted to see you do best. They wanted the best out of you, so they was tough on you because they know it was something deep down in you that they needed to bring out of you. I think I think the Rockets was more of enablers to both James Harden and KPJ, instead of just cutting them off at the knees and be like, no, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna do this a certain way. And I can see, like Frank said, a little bit leeway with James Harden, but they had no reason, really. What have KPJ proved to give him just the keys to the franchise? Announcing him last in the order, in the what's the name order of the announcements of when the starters when they coming out, just everything. You letting them go and do things that other players, I think other players on that team, they wouldn't let them do that at all. You see, Christian Wood out of there, and KPJ still was hanging around.
Yeah, I just like I said, I get you. I just feel like maybe this what at the same time I feel like too, like maybe it was a panic. Maybe it was like, oh, I don't want to be like Sacramento and be you
Yeah,
know
I
in
think
purgatory.
the whole KPJ experience has been flushed down the toilet, man, because it came out to be nothing. We wasted basically 3 years on this dude, and we don't see no fruits of the labor. We don't see no fruits of it. We John Wall signing and all that. Like, I'm talking about from him. I know the team tanked and got better and got talent, but from him, we invested all of this time in this dude, and now it just seems like if you knew hindsight, looking for backwards, if you knew hindsight, they probably would have just never got him from jump if they knew it was going to end like this.
Yeah, and I mean, like we were saying before.
Hold on, let me get EF. Let me get my boy
Go
EF
ahead,
in
go
there.
ahead.
What's up, EF? What's good with it, baby? EF, you with us? I know you got them big fingers. You got them big fingers.
Look who stepped in the door. It's EF and let the world know.
Come on.
Yo, what's up? Yes, man. Yeah, who's next? Who's the next guy up? So obviously, I think this provides like a open valley way for Armin Thompson just to get those minutes that we all been hoping to get. I think it's the perfect opportunity for the Rockets to become a better defensive team. I agree with Frank. I think it allows Tari Eason to get more minutes because, if veteran coaches and coaches, guys who have that veteran mindset, they're going to go with the more polished, more experienced player. So I think Tari Eason to get more valuable minutes, and that means Fred VanVleet to get more minutes than trying to say, hey, let me squeeze in minutes here for KPJ, and then let me split those minutes between KPJ and at 1 and at 2 behind Jalen. That'll mean that you'll see more Tari Jabari lineups with Armin Thompson getting more minutes like that. So I think Armin will be the next guy up, but I think Tari will be the most beneficial player from that aspect. I also heard Charlie's guy, the guy who turned Charlie on, talking about the Şengün running the offense more. So that's another thing that we're going to get to look at also, because with Jalen Green being able to move more without the ball, he's a better cutter than KPJ was. He's more active when he get those dribble handoff and sets like that, the relocation sets. He's more active with LP. So when Fred VanVleet is not running the offense, or Fred VanVleet is doing spot ups or weak side screens, then LP will get to run the offense more. So, I mean, I think the whole team is going to be better without KPJ. Yeah, we losing, a deadly spot up catch and shooter. Okay, all right, I'll take that. But we also, we got a little bit younger. We gonna, obviously, I don't know if y'all talked about whether they were gonna move him or not, but if they move him and they get a draft pick, okay, cool. If they give up a draft pick, I'm not with it. I would just almost, just do the John Wall, just let him go home and collect his check at home. I wouldn't give him away for nothing and just let somebody else just have him sitting at home. I would just go home and just collect your check. But other than that, I think, okay. I also think that the thing is that he is going to breach his contract. And so I think they'll be able to get out from under the contract of KPJ. So we might just hold on to him until the NBA does their investigation, see if he breaches his contract, and then we won't have to pay him that, we won't have to pay him that money. So that's kind of my standpoint. As far as the KPJ thing, I'm over it. It kind of put a whole dampener on the Houston Rockets all season, and I was just like, I was on that board, man. I was null and void, man. Just for a whole minute, I couldn't deal with it. So I'm glad it's out the way.
Yeah, I hear you. The culture now, I think we can fit a couple of more people up here, bro. You can come on up. I know KPJ was your boy. Come on up and get your take off. We got Moses Cuckoo in here. What's up, Moses? Did Moses leave?
No, I'm here.
What's happening, bro? What's happening? Don't get your take out, baby.
What's up, Space? What's up, CSGs? Hey, shout out
What's
to
good?
Frank. And shout out to Shalise, man. She was killing it.
You mute your stream, culture. Go ahead, Moses.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like we all been saying, everything happens for a reason. It's a blessing in disguise. I think we're gonna lose. It hurts to lose a very good player. I mean, I was expecting like a 17, 5-5 coming off the bench. That's very tough to replace. But again, all the headaches that might have come with that is being removed as well. So you have a more, I want to say, more cohesive team, a less temperamental team. You have guys like Fred and Dylan that will be listening to now. Like there won't be as much locker room problems that we expect an email to take care of because we know how problems going to be like. But now all the headache is out the way mostly, and we could just focus on basketball and focus on getting better. So minutes all around. But I'm pretty sure everyone was trying to scratch their head figuring out how the minutes structure was going to work. But now a little bit better. The man's going to get more minutes. Cam get more minutes. Tara get more minutes. Even Jashante get more minutes. So it would just let us know exactly where we are as an organization. We'll see Jalen Green. He gets like 36 minutes. We'll see if it's really who he's supposed to be. LP, the same thing. Jabari, all the guys. We're really going to see if they're supposed to be with us. And it's just, like I said, it's a blessing in disguise. This is going to answer a lot of questions, who our best guy is and who we're going to move forward with going forward.
So you think it's going to be like a committee to pick up all the slack?
Yeah, for sure. It's always going to be a committee effort because, like I said, replacing almost a 17-point scorer off the bench with the playmaking, got to be a team effort. I don't think a man is ready to carry all that load on, or Cam, Jay Sean, anybody. It has to be everybody's collective effort. I think, obviously, Jalen Green making the playmaking jump, obviously giving the ball to LP a little bit more. Tari Easton off the bench, I think it's going to get like 25 minutes now. So we might see Tari really blow up. So, and the man Thompson as well is going to get to develop even faster. So it's all just like kind of just working in place, man. I don't know. I think God is on our side, man. Just saying, all the problems I think we're going to have, it just kind of just ease small by small, just easing itself out the way and just making everything smooth. Yeah, that's
Already. We got my boy Culture in here. What's up, Culture? What's good with it? Where you been at, fam?
Yo, what up, Space? What's going on, man?
What's poppin' with you?
I've been missing your streams, man. I've been missing them and shit, man.
You good?
I caught this one, so.
I haven't heard your take on this whole, KPJ thing. I know he was your boy,
Yeah.
How you feeling? How you feeling right now?
I mean, the news kind of crushed me. I'm not gonna lie, it crushed me. Because I thought we still got a solid team, but KPJ, man, I thought he was perfect as that 6-man role. I felt like he was gonna explode in that role right there. He was perfect for that role, man. I just thought it couldn't be no better player to put in that role, and I thought he'd have won, honestly, the 6-man award. So it sucks, man. It really do. But who's gonna benefit the most is obviously Cam Whitmore because he was at the bottom of the poll. So now, because KPJ is a 6-man, he was gonna get pretty much starting minutes. So you're looking at starting minutes going down to the rest of the guys now. So Cam is obviously gonna get bumped up because you're gonna need that offensive firepower coming off the bench. So Cam is gonna benefit the most with him being gone, obviously, because his minutes was looking like maybe 5. So now it's probably gonna look like 10, 15. But who's got to step up the most is everybody, man. But the person I think really is Jalen Green, man, because he plays the position that KPJ was gonna play the 2. So if Jalen Green could come in and give us 40 minutes a night, solid, like a SGA or who else? Like a SGA or damn, forgot what else I was gonna say. Well, these guys that like John Morant, SGA, that's giving up 40 minutes a night that barely come off the court. So if Jalen Green could do that and be consistent, you know what I mean, and step this game up to where he's not really coming off the court, then we're not gonna really miss him too much because Jalen Green is picking up that slack. But we can
Damn, hold on, you want bro playing 40 minutes?
I mean, he's only a third-year player, man. He's young. I mean, SGA, he don't come off the court. SGA gives him both. I mean, if he's got to play right, you know what I mean? He's got to be consistent. He's got to be, shot selection got to be there. If he could come in and give him SGA, John Morant minutes, John Morant don't come off the court. SGA don't come off the court. They might come off the court for 8 minutes. They giving them 38, 40 minutes a night. So if Jalen Green can do that, got to pick up a lot of this slack. But we're going to have to change up the rotations a little bit. Cam is going to have to come in at the 2. If we could get Cam at the 2, off the bench, you know, I'm in at the guard, Cam at the 2, Jay Sean at the 3, Tari at the 4, you know, Jacqueline at the 5 for the backup role. But then you can also switch up the rotation too, where you put Min at the 1 and then slide Fred VanVleet at the 2. But only on offense, you put Amin at the 1, Fred VanVleet at the 2. But when you come back on defense, you'll put Amin guarding the 2 and put Fred VanVleet back at guarding the point guard on defense. So you could do something like that, or and like Amin and fucking Ken Whitmore more. Amin was a 4th overall pick, man. Any other team, he'll be a starter. You know what I mean? Because he's a 4th overall pick. Anybody that's a top 4, top 3 pick, you're gonna be a starter on any team. Like Jalen Green was a starter automatically. Jabari was a starter. Like anybody that's picking up a top 5, top 4 pick is a starter. So now that we got Amin, we don't have to need him to be a starter. He's coming off the bench. So, and even Ken Whitmore is supposed to be a top 5 pick. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So any other team, he'd be a starter. Like if you're picking up a player with your 5th pick, coming in for him, you want him to be a starter. So now we don't need these guys to be a starters. We want them to come off the bench. So I think they could pick up that slack, you know, off the bench role. You know what I mean? It sucks though, man. 'Cause I was had high hopes for KPJ, man, but it's gonna give a good shot at Cam Whitmore, man. If he can come in, I think him and the coach got like a little connection. So if Cam Whitmore can come in and play that 2 role and give him some 2 minutes, yeah, that could be big, man.
Yeah. I'm basically everybody's saying it's got to be done by committee, and yeah. I agree with that, bro. Y'all hang around. I got my boy Ringleader in here. I know you wasn't the biggest KPJ fan, Ringleader. What is you feeling like, bro?
I feel like that kind of put a little pressure on our playoffs contention.
Okay.
I just feel like KPJ, if he, besides all the out court issues, he in a good position, he can start at a 2 guard on a team. He can average, if he can average at the 2 with a good point guard, he can average about 22, 25 points a game. So with him being off the bench, he was gonna average like 17, 18 points. But ain't nobody gonna be able, them youngsters ain't gonna be able to feel that role. They gonna come in, it's gonna be shaky, it's different. It's gonna be like one of them stretches, bro. We need him at the times when the starters ain't doing nothing, and he was gonna be the one come off the bench and give us that spark. And it's gonna be hard, but I think it kind of set us back on a couple games. It kind of gonna set us back, even though we got good players. But KPJ, he's a veteran. He ain't a veteran, but he already know what, you know what I'm saying. He already know what to do. He been doing it for a couple of years. All these youngsters we got. Only way we make the playoffs with Jabari look like he looked like in that little tournament at the beginning of the year. He do that every game. Like I'm talking about almost every night. But other than that, we looking like 5 games short. At least 5. Even though we giving our youngsters time to develop, it's gonna set us back. It's gonna set us back a little bit, but maybe we get to see Armand Thompson do a little something, but it ain't enough without him to get us to the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie, KPJ, he's a dog, man. But it is what it is. We gotta take that loss. As a Houston Rockets fan, we always taking losses, but it's time to go and let him go though. It's kind of let him go though. I'ma hate it though.
Dang, bro, you seem real down right now, bro. You really? So you like, you don't think nothing we can do?
I woke up and heard that news, and I was just like, cause man, it's just like I was looking forward to that. I was looking forward to him, man, because on the cool, I really like KPJ, and by him coming off the bench, that was just gonna make us even way better. But now he gone, it's like we're gonna be like in a slump, bro. Like it's like I just feel like he was gonna be the one that give us to the playoffs because he was gonna come off that bench and he was gonna bring that spark. He was gonna bring that spark when we need it. When Jalen Green ain't having a good game or nothing, he gonna come off the bench because he was gonna be fighting to show everybody that he really deserved to be a starter. So he was gonna be fighting, but he put in the work on the offseason. I watched his videos, but damn, we ain't gonna be able to get to see that, man. I want to see him out of everybody. Him and Jabari, I wanted to see him see what he become. Cause if this year he would have never been that man, like been good for us, like 6 man, we probably would have never been so bad about losing. But we can't even get to see that him coming off the bench and giving us that spark. So we out of there.
We out of there.
I don't think we can make it to the playoff without him unless some type of trade go on and we get another shooter that can come out like we used to have Eric Gordon. Like he was gonna be a better Eric Gordon coming off the bench, man. He was gonna be a better Eric Gordon. But now we can't find nobody that gonna be able to fill his shoes. So it's just like them youngsters gonna be out there. Who gonna run the second unit? Nobody. So it's gonna
we got our man, bro. We got our man.
Yeah, we got him, but you know them youngsters, they gotta come on there and learn. There's gonna be some games they need to learn on how to catch on. But even though I know I think Alma Thompson gonna be like the best like draft pick that come the first year and show us something. I feel like if he get minutes, he'll be better than all the few first round picks that we picked. He'll be the first one to come his first year, and we be like, oh yeah, he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Green was like iffy, then Jabari we was iffy, and then I feel like Armin Thompson gonna come out. We ain't gonna have no real. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, give him another year. He gonna be ready. I'm ready. We're gonna be ready to get rid of Van Fleet after we see him a while. But yeah, we probably don't make it to the playoffs. And it was hard with him, but I think we would have made at least the play-in or playoffs. But without him, that like put a dent in our team. Like the starting quarterback like got hurt. Now you got to go with your secondary, and it's hard to replace him. That's how he was. That's why it's gonna be. That's why I know it hurt. I know it hurt the Rockets organization bad because they know what KPJ can do. Even though y'all say they gave him a lot of leeway, but they know that man is a dog on that court, man. He a dog on that court, man. It's gonna be hard for us to be like, man, we were gonna be debating on who we was already debating on who supposed to start out of him and Jalen Green, but he was gonna be a dog, and the Rockets know that, so it's gonna be hard. That's gonna be a hard pill to swallow, man. They're gonna be hard for Rockets. They're gonna be in a slump.
Dang. So my boy then came up. Ringleader says the season is flushed down the toilet, basically, because KPJ is out of here.
That's gonna be our excuse.
Oh, that's gonna be an excuse.
That's gonna be an excuse that I'm gonna go with when people talk bad about us. I'm gonna say
that's gonna be your excuse.
Yeah, that's gonna be an excuse. I tell them, I say, man, KPJ kind of like set us back, man. Now we gotta go through the free agency and try to find somebody that can come off that bench or find somebody that can be another ball handler and score like him, man. It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Dang, my boy came up here.
I'm depressed about that. I've been depressed about that. Since I heard about it, it's just like, man, I couldn't believe it, man. I've just been like, oh, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Like, that's worse than an injury, like, type type deal, man. It's just like, come on, man. We losing something. We might not get nothing back for it, type deal.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Now, it's a free fall. Anybody can talk to anybody. We did our. I think we got all of everybody up here, man. Did anybody object to anybody? Anybody want to rebuttal somebody? Just go ahead, have at it, man. Who's up, man?
Well,
I know.
this is what I gotta say.
Go ahead,
Like I
Charlie.
said, we just one person. The season ain't over with yet. We drafted Ahmed Thompson, number 4. Let's see what this number 4 can do before we start throwing in the towel saying, oh, this and that or whatever. Because the reason why I say this is it wasn't like KPJ was lifting us up anyway when it came down to it. And again, like I say, it was going to come out to him doing something crazy anyway. Emmy ain't gonna take that. Than him turning around here doing whatever he want to do. My granddaughter was dancing at halftime of the Chicago Bulls Rockets game right there in Toyota Center, and I watched him turn around and get mad because Şengün didn't throw him the ball. So then he goes sit at the back of the thing and kick over the water and all that other stuff. Y'all, we got to turn around and look at this as a blessing. Watch and see, that it's going to be that. Plus, we get $15 million when they say that this thing is terminated. So $15 million is a nice little amount of money to use to be able to get something good going further. So that's the way that I feel about it. The other thing I'll say is that, yeah, James Harden was a MVP, but you don't go and say, can I go to Vegas when we in the playoffs? You don't jump up here and say, I'm at the strip club coming in fat whenever he wanted to come in fat and all the other stuff that he was doing too. Yeah, you are a star, but like my daughter was saying, there's rules to this. You don't get a chance to do whatever you want to do. And this is the same mistake that they made with Kevin Porter Jr. That's why what Frank and Space was saying, it kind of changed my mind on the way that I was thinking before. But, it's like I said, we succeed, man. I'm telling you, watch and see. Everybody on here, I want to see what they got to say when we come out striking like a house on fire. And this time we ain't got an idiot to mess it up. Next man up.
Already. Anybody got any rebuttals? Anybody got anything on their mind?
Yeah, I feel what he's saying, but it's just like, even though he's saying that we might be good, it's just like everybody else done got better and we losing people. People are getting better. You gotta understand, NBA getting better. Orlando, they getting better. Everybody getting better. So it's like we losing somebody. We losing. Even though I feel like he was a key piece to our offense. So, and ain't nobody finna just come out. Ain't nobody finna just do that in their first year. Just bring what he was able to bring to the table. So it's kind of like setting us back, even though it helped us to develop Ahmed Thompson, Cam Whitmore. But which one of them gonna score 17 points? Which one of them could come off the bench and score 30? Nobody can do that. So if we realistically speaking, we losing. And other teams, if we don't get nothing for him, it's gonna set us back. Period, point blank. Because other teams are getting better. They ain't losing players, and he was a key player. He can come off the bench and give you 30. Ain't nobody losing that type of player. He just made it. He made it like he kind of set us back, and it's the truth. I ain't finna just say, oh, Ahmed Thompson's gonna average 20 his first season. Nah, we can't think lofty like that. We can hope he average 20. You know what I'm saying? But or one of the rookies average 20, but we gotta pray that Jabari he must average 20. Come on, we gotta be for real about this, man. So I want us to be able to it be a win situation for us, but if we really speak on paper, it's just like we losing 17 points. Unless one of them guys step up, and I don't see them averaging 17 points their first year. Nobody.
Yeah, I hear you, ringleader. I hear you. But the thing is, what's up, Charlie, man? What's going on, Charlie?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm chilling, man. I don't fuck with the other channel no more, man. They done disrespected me too many times, but it's all good.
Like,
Yo,
what other? Nah, I ain't
That's what
gonna.
I was Space and them and Frank them. That's why I love they channel. See, even me and the guy, we may not agree on what he was saying, but we can at least discuss it like men.
Yeah.
And can agree to disagree. And, like I said, that just is one point. There's going to be a whole lot of points that me and this guy might even turn around and jump up and like what it is that's going on with all of it. So it's like I said, Frank and them got chop shop the way it should be, where we can all be able to sit back and say something. These are different people in Houston that gets a chance to sit back and come together like a club, where we can all be able to talk and we can all be able to do what we need to do. And when I was talking about let's all go to a game or, go to a park and barbecue, get to mingle with one another, the other channel sit back and laughed at me and was, he trying to be all cool and all this other stuff. I don't have time for that. I love the Rockets just like everybody else. So like I'm saying right now, this is why I say what I say to Frank and Space Ghost, because they are genuine. This channel, not just them, but this channel and everything. You can go on the other ones and sit back and have to curse and act a fool. People talked about we gonna fight and all this other old stuff. And ain't nobody sitting around there telling them, man, don't act that way. Just because you don't agree with what this person is saying, you don't have to act that way. We can agree to disagree. But it's like a bunch of kids that's jumping around here acting the way that they're acting. Now, my daughter says hi, to everybody, but I'm glad to hear your voice, and I think you made the right decision. I'm gonna stick with Chop Shop till the wheels fall off. Next man up.
Yeah. Like you said, it's grown men over here, man. It wasn't no grown men. It was a couple grown men over there, but a lot of jealousy, a lot of just like boyish shit, man. Not people, not no grown men. Like you said, you can agree to disagree. But to ringleader though, the thing about our team is, man, we so stacked that we are able to withstand losing a player. Now, not no more, but we were so stacked that we was able to withstand losing a player. Now it's gonna suck. It was KPJ, but we just picked up 2 top 5 picks in the draft. Literally, we just picked up 2 top 5 picks. Amen and Ken Whitmore. That's a lot of firepower on your bench, plus Tari Eason. So we still got players now. We still got players. Ken Whitmore is gonna have to motherfucking step up. And he's a dog, man. Ken Whitmore is a dog. And I know he rubbing his hands right now because he know he want to get an opportunity to show. And he's a dog, man. He's a straight basketball player. He's a dog. I think he's gonna show out this first year. Man, Thompson, he's mature as fuck. I think he's gonna step up. And the thing about these guys, we don't need them to be starters. They're coming off the bench. Any other teams, they'll be starters. And I'm still sticking with my seed. Anywhere between the 6th and the 8th seed, we still gonna make the playoffs. Like I said, we had so many players, we was able to lose a player. Yes, it sucks, but we deep as fuck. We was able to lose a player, honestly. And Udoka gonna have to come in and play that defense, man. We come in and be a top 12 defensive team, top 10 defensive team. We gonna be good. That's gonna get us to the playoffs. Just having a good defense. Ken Whitmore is a good defensive player. Ahmed Thompson is a good defensive player. That second unit with Ahmed, Ken Whitmore, Tari Eason, those are dogs on defense. And Jayshawn Tate can play defense. And Jock Lindell can play defense. You know what I'm saying? So that defense, we still got our defense, man. That defense can get us in the playoffs by itself.
Space.
What up? Who that? Sean Caleb?
Space.
Nah, I'll wait.
Who that calling me?
Space. This ringleader.
Oh, what's up, ringleader?
I ain't heard your side of how you feel about it. How you feel about it? You with me or you with this lofty thinking?
Man, I'm almost like in between because I'm almost like. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost like in between both of them. I think it is. I think it's a loss. It's upsetting me that we was losing pretty much like you said, the 17, maybe even 18, 19, 20-point a game guy off the bench. But if we had one reservation about any guy on this team that we didn't know whether he was going to accept his role or not, it was KPJ. Now, like Charlie said, I'm not glad it happened at all. But if it was going to happen, something like this was going to happen, it's best that it did happen in the offseason to where we'll be able to bounce back and then adjust. Because if we had to deal with this like in December or January, that'll totally derail, because he would already be established on our team and his role will be already clear on the team that we have coming in. But since this happened before anybody really figure their roles out or anything like that right now, that it's man, my dog in there. Get. I know, just put him in there real quick. I'm talking. I like him drinking his water. No. I'm glad that it happened right now, so we wouldn't be dependent on KPJ for the remaining of the season. You know what I mean? So
I'm with you, Space. I'm with you, Space, on that. Yeah, it's kind of better that it happened, because it would have broke all our heart if it would have happened like on the script to where we needed. We was in the last couple of games to run to the playoffs and this happens type. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It probably would have been more. It probably would have been more crucial than now, because we could try to you know what I'm saying? Try to figure out how we gonna operate now that we ain't gonna have him. But in the middle of the season, where we know he been giving us 17, 18, and we gotta try to get somebody else that could do that for us, that would have been a big shooter field. So yeah, it's better it happened at the beginning. So now our coach can kind of like try to adapt to the situation more than when in the middle of the season, because that would have been crucial, man.
But I do think it's a loss, like you said. I do think it's a loss. I will chalk that up as a loss.
Everybody think it's a loss.
Yeah, I think it's a loss.
When you think Stone should really be on the hot seat? You know, I see right now with you, because I've been say fire that guy. So
Brandon, you know me, I've been making videos about Stone for the last year right now. I haven't been never
fire
just
him right now.
I wouldn't fire him right now, but I think his seat should be hot. I think it should be.
For what?
Just because if you read all the reports and everything, he was the one. If okay, let's put it like this, Culture. We're gonna take it to like more of a street level. I'm your homeboy, right?
Yep.
And I got a homeboy, but you don't know him. And then I bring him to your house, and he steal your watch or something. You gonna hold me responsible just as much as you hold that dude responsible.
So are we talking about KPJ?
Yes. Like, so Stone, he's presenting him to you know, the Fertitas and the organization, like, hey man, I can fix him. You know, we can do this, we can do that. He's sticking his neck out.
But look at this. Look at it this way though. We didn't give shit up to get him though.
You didn't give me nothing to bring my homeboy right over your house either. You ain't paid me to bring him over your house.
But what did it cost us though?
It cost you a watch.
What I'm saying, what did it cost the team though?
It cost them it cost them credibility. It costed them probably fans because domestic violence.
Pick for, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay,
it's more intangible.
I see.
It's more intangible losses with the fan base. We trying to build a culture. We trying to change from what we used to be, but we got to deal with another incident, and it looked like Stone was hiding some of the breadcrumbs that was clearly out there that was leading up to something like this. So he put all his, bread in that one basket, and now is the bread and burnt up because KPJ. Like I just said, if I tell me you wouldn't be mad at me if I brought a dude over your house and he stole your watch.
I see what you're saying in that scenario, yeah, but I'm just trying to bring it back to the basketball part. I see that we're stuck with his salary now. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. But we didn't give up nothing to get him, bring him in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
You know what we did? You know what we did? We gave up time, and that's one precious thing you can never get back. We gave up 3 years for this dude, basically, and we can't get those back. We can't get them back. We gave up John Wall. Basically, we gave up $40-something million to John Wall to make him leave for KPJ. We gave up hurting Şengün's pride because he knew he was better than Bruno, but they started Bruno because KPJ needed a rim runner, a lob threat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
We gave up.
Hey, let me say this to go with what you're saying, Space.
Go ahead.
Y'all ever seen the scene Casino where Robert De Niro was like, with a dude nephew had got him robbed, and Robert De Niro was like, no, either you're an idiot or you're stupid. Either way, you're idiot or you're stupid. Get your ass, get your shit, and get out. that's how we feel about Stone. You know what I mean? Because either you're idiot or you stupid. You know what I mean? Either way, you gotta get your ass, get your shit, and get out. But I said last spring that we're gonna wait to see around next offseason or toward the trade deadline. I think we just moved the goalpost because now it's a matter of what does he do right now? You know, does he spin this into lemonade? You know, or spin the yarn into silk, or spin the hay into silk, or whatever it is, or you know, get something positive out of this, or does it just kind of, you know, something he just, hey, let me get it out from under my hands, and I'm not gonna do a Danny Ainge. I'm not gonna do a Pat Riley. I'm not gonna make something positive out of it. I'm just gonna wash my hands of it and get rid of it as soon as possible, you know, to clear my name. Whereas Danny Ainge or Pat Riley would turn this into a positive. So we'll see what Stone really, what kind of Stone got, pun intended.
Yeah, another thing, like, you know, not last year, but the year before, after that All-Star break, we seen how much better Jalen started playing with a real point guard in Dennis Schroeder, and how his numbers went up, efficiency went up. But then all of a sudden, the following year, we wanted to go with KPJ all year last year, when if you would have kept a veteran, solid point guard like somebody like Dennis, who's to say how efficient Jalen would have been last year and how much better he would have played? That, to me, is a hindrance in the long run for the team development and growth and culture.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind initially him trying to take a shot on a guy that's with that much upside. Because let's be real, KPJ can play basketball, but it's the catering to, the enabling of him, the not trying to holding him accountable. Do y'all remember when he was out when Shannon Brown was here? Sterling Brown, I mean, Shannon's little brother, and they got into it at a strip club in Miami, and Sterling Brown almost died because he got hit over the head with a bottle and he was bleeding out. And KPJ was right there. Why they even out that late at a strip club, bro? And you know this man already got previous incidents of being violent or just being reckless. He didn't have no limits. Like, he should have been on restriction. And then you turn around and give him the keys to the franchise. You're the point guard. And then you turn around and at least give him some money. Yeah, it was what, 2 years guaranteed. This is gonna be he will be expiring now because we don't want to keep him. He should have been the most watched player on the team. He should have been the most heavily restricted player on the team. But he had no restrictions. He was able to come and go as he wanted to. We enabled him, whether you want to like it or not. Raphael Stone and the Houston Rockets enabled him to become a monster that he is. Not that he is, but I think it helped him actually become more of what he was. We didn't, just because we had John Lucas, that don't mean that Lucas is some type of magician that'll make this man start acting right. You got to start holding this man accountable for his action, leaving at the middle of the game, pushing John Lucas. Bro, we didn't even hear about half of this stuff. We knew he left, but we didn't know why. Like, he wasn't held accountable. And then 1 game suspension. What is 1 game suspension?
See,
we dropped the ball, bro. As the front office, we dropped the ball, whether you want to see it or not. Like, we didn't hold this man accountable, and we knew what type of player he was.
You know what I think it was, Space? I think he gained a little bit of trust because he did give us 2 solid years playing ball.
No. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
You said he had I heard you say he had
He didn't give us 2 solid years. We was led to believe they were solid.
Right.
I'm talking about on court.
I'm talking about off court because that was always his problem. We always knew he can ball on court. The problem was with him was always off court stuff.
I didn't hear. I'm not in Houston, so I don't. Only thing I heard is the little shit that he stormed off in the middle of halftime or something like that. That's the only thing I know that he did.
Man, he was doing a whole bunch of stuff, bro. Even with his girl Kiersey, he rammed his car into hers. You know, like, it was signs of him being combative to this girl already. Now, I know the organization can't make them stop being together or nothing like that, but they can. He's throwing chairs. He smashed a DJ laptop at a party for the Rockets one night last season because he didn't like the music. He smashed the dude's laptop. But we didn't hear about a lot of this, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he got a little mental problem. Only reason why I say that, I think he got like a mental problem because I got him. We're friends on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram, and I'm not gonna lie. He be in the gym almost every day. He posting clips in the gym and the gym and the gym and the gym. But all his other stories are anime shit. You know that anime shit. I'm not saying he got some. I never watch anime, but it's just weird that he always put these anime shits up on his stories. It's like anime. If it's not him in the gym, it's these anime weird ass anime shits, man. It's like weird as fuck. I'm like, why this nigga?
So you think Dragon Ball Z got this dude pushing Lucas and stuff?
The same move, bro.
He got Naruto running around.
I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with liking Dragon Ball. It's not even Dragon Ball Z. It's like that Chinese anime shit. And I'm like, yeah, ain't nothing wrong like liking that shit, but the posting on your story every day, all day, is just weird to me, man. So I think he got some like a low key mental problem.
Was it not ever weird that his alias, his alter ego, is the Joker?
Yeah, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, man,
he has some deep-seated issues, bro. Go ahead, Sean.
Nah, I feel like it was just a matter of time, bro. I think somebody already said that, but if it wasn't gonna be like the domestic side of things, it was gonna be something in the locker room this year, bro. And it was gonna be to a point where Ime wasn't gonna let it slide. You know what I mean? It would have came out, and it would have been, it probably would have maybe forced the hand of Stone to bring some kind of discipline down, some real discipline, bro. Because the people that we added to the team, Van Vliet, what's his name, Brooks, Green, like Jeff Green. I know Brooks is the type to be petty enough to make a joke about you being on the bench. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like that was gonna make him pop. He was gonna pop off anyway this year, bro. Like old boy said.
Probably did. That's why he popped up his girl. Probably she probably said, "Nigga, you on the bench."
That's not funny. That part's not funny. But you know what I mean? Like, I think he hadn't bought in, bro, and it was gonna overflow at some point in the season, bro. Like old boy said earlier, man. I think this is probably the best way for it to go in the off season. But as far as Stone, bro. Stone is definitely that enabler, bro, that just let the kids do what they want to do. And I think it was Frank. Frank did a video a while back. I want to say like 6, 7, 8 months ago when he was talking about GMs and rebuilds and how most GMs don't make it through all the way through a rebuild. We on that last little phase of the rebuild, bro. It's this time for like that purge is gonna come. The purge already started with KPJ. I think it's gonna end with Stone, and we really gonna just start fresh.
Hey, on that topic, I feel like it's about time for us to get to find a diamond in the rough. Like, you know, the Rockets ain't usually never had no drought pick besides Elijah one really. They came and helped us win a ring. They always went to go get somebody else drafts and try to win a ring with. Maybe like I said, maybe one of them guys on that team is a diamond in the rough, man.
It's Jabari, bro.
And we can have another Olajuwon or a star like Curry or somebody that comes straight out of that draft and it was our diamond in the rough. We got a couple of them. We got like 5 of them that we could prey on. So
it's Jabari, bro.
All we gotta do is hope that one of them 5 that we picked, Jalen, Jabari, Armin, Tari Eason, or Cam Whitmore, one of them guys become a Kawhi Leonard or somebody to where they can get us a ring in the next couple of years, man. It's about our time to win with a rebuild team and stop getting trash. I mean, stop getting other people trash and try to make it our treasure like KPJ and T-Max and James Hardens and all these people to come up. We need somebody that can dedicate and take pride to that we drafted them and dedicate their future into the Rockets. Not nobody that's gonna just come over there and want money like Harden and don't care about bringing us no ring. Want somebody to take pride that we picked them out of the draft, like Cam Whitmore, that we picked him at 20 and he be a stud type deal. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to play up on. We can close the doors on
James
the guy.
Harden.
Now the guy that's in trouble.
Okay, KPJ.
Yeah, we can close the doors on him because he won the draft. So it ain't nothing that we really just lost besides the fact that we invested money and time and trust into him. But other than that, let's just hope that our GM hit the lotto with one of these guys, man. And we're gonna be able to see that in the next 2 years that who we can say that's gonna be a beast. And
boys really sleeping on Tari, man.
We got a lot to choose from, man. We got a lot, man. It's good that we got a lot of guys that got potential.
That's what I'm saying. We had enough to lose a guy. You know what I'm saying? We got so much. We're so deep that we was able to withstand the losing a guy, I believe. And let's be real, man. We still got all our starters. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we lost a starter. We still got Fred Ridley, Dylan Brooks, Murray, Jalen Green, and Sengun. So we got our still starting 5. You know what I'm saying? And we got assets. If we wanted to add somebody, like we in the offseason, like we saying, we got multiple first-round picks that we're not even going to need no more because we're so young and we got 2 top 5 picks on the bench already that we can trade some of these first-round picks and get a guy, man. And
I didn't mean to cut you out, but yeah, KPJ was really, to be honest, he was one of our most valuable assets. He was one of the trade assets anyway.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Whenever I was calling in or whenever I sit down and I'm thinking of, okay, how do we get a Giannis? How do we get somebody trash and make it our treasure? You know what I mean? KPJ was always that guy, like, you know what? This is the player that got a nice value to him, team-friendly contract, and he make a little bit of money to where we can package him with a up-and-coming star and say, hey, this is a nice package for you, but it's gonna hurt from that aspect. You know what I mean? From where I see it, as far as having that trade piece. Now you look around our roster, you say, okay, who do we got to trade? Jayshawn Tate? Well, the only person that's gonna want him is a team like Miami or Lakers or maybe Boston or somebody like that who got a well-rounded team. They would.
Did we lose you? Yeah.
Nah. I was just saying that only a team like that would want somebody like a PJ Tucker or Jayshawn Tate type player is like a team like the Lakers or somebody who in contention right now.
Yeah.
And for a fact I need this versatile elite defender that can move the ball on the fast break, and you know exactly what you're getting, that can post up and you say, man, Jayshawn Tate is that guy. Okay. Right. But if you're looking at a team like Philly or like Milwaukee and saying, okay, how do we snatch it?
Yeah, more.
Yeah, but they're not going to take they wouldn't necessarily say, let me take Jay Sean Tate, Cam Whitmore, and Jake Londale. But if you say, hey, let me take Jay Sean Tate, KPJ, and Cam Whitmore, now you working with, you cooking with grease, as the motherfuckers say. So it's a little bit.
If you're gonna
it's a little bit down there.
Whitmore in there, don't get it twisted. Cam Whitmore got a lot of trade value. I didn't think he was gonna be in there, but if you want to in there with a first-round pick, 2 first-round picks, you can get something special with Cam Whitmore.
He don't have the contract.
Cam, you're right. Cam Whitmore is the piece that'll get you a superstar, but you need another high-quality piece with trade value to go with that.
Yeah. But I think you need to develop Cam Whitmore for a couple of years before he can get to that.
Yeah, I'd rather keep him, but I'm saying fair route. And
because if you look at Jeremy Lamb, when we traded Jeremy Lamb, it wasn't off his development, it was off his potential, and it was off his draft status and what people thought he was going to be coming out of college, and we was able to leverage that potential and get us a great player. So that's that's kind of what I'm saying about Cam. I know everybody like, man, he gonna be good, he gonna be great, but he might go to a team with a whack ass coach and never blossom. He might stay with our team with a great coach and turn into a Jaylen Brown. You're only as good as your coach let you be. So, Cam Whitmore right now is just another great potential player who can be Hashim to be for all I care. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I want to see the brother do good, this, that, and the third. But right now, he's not really a Houston Rocket legend. He a Houston Rocket potential great. But right now, if you say, do I want a potential great or do I want an automatic Hall of Famer? I'm taking the automatic Hall of Famer. And so, it's one of the reasons why I've been saying, like, you know what? I kind of don't want to see him get in situations where people can pick apart his game and down, because you always hear athletes say this, and I'm gonna not hog everything up. You hear people say this all the time. When you go into negotiations, what happens is those agents will tell you, or like they would say about Lamar Jackson, your agent will go into the negotiation and they'll tell your agent, yeah, he can run, but on third down, he's not getting the ball past 7 yards. On third down, he's doing this, he's doing that. So that's what they're going to be able to pick apart. Once he starts to play for us, they're going to be able to say, yeah, he's good going left, but he only goes right when he crosses over. He's good going left, but when he go right, you can trap him because he don't have but one right dribble crossover move. They're going to be able to pick all the apart. But if he in the G League where nobody can stop him, his value only increase.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think it's enough film and stuff on guys once they get into the league. No matter where you put them, they gonna scout them and find his weaknesses. I just think we still need to, like Frank always says, we need to see these guys under true structure, under a true system, with real accountability, and with something at stake to see how these guys perform under pressure, to see how these guys actually take on the lead role, who's going to separate themselves from, who's going to rise and be the cream of the crop. I think we still got so many questions about, even just about these teams that we have, that we need to see these guys play at least 1, maybe even 2 years before we make a final decision on, he can't do this, he can't do that, his limitation is this. We really don't know what all these guys are gonna be. We know they got potential, but what is their potential? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no concrete evidence because we haven't seen them actually play NBA ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gotta play solid like the Warriors, man. We can't just give away nobody that got potential, man. Because next year they might be a superstar. You can't just be jumping off just trying to get no washed up somebody else player, like you trying to trade in the next 3 years, trying to trade our up and coming stars for Durant. We can't afford nothing like that, man. We need to build our team like the Warriors did, man. Because that's the case. Warriors should have got rid of Curry. Because his first couple of years, he was hurt. Thinking about getting rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Sending him off to Sacramento or something. Yeah. But they kept him, man. Look what happened. We can't just use every player for trade bait. Man, Cam Whitmore might be like you said, a Jaylen Brown or something. We can't do that. We just gotta rock with what we got. If we have another off season, man, we just gotta rock with it, man. We can't just be panicking because we got some stars, we got some future stars, and probably a future Hall of Fame in that deal out of that 5. So we just gotta stick with them, man. We just hope one of them be a Hall of Famer for the Rockets that we drafted.
So ringleader, you'll be okay with another 20-win season?
No, we ain't gonna be no 20-win season because we got.
I'm just checking your gauge. I'm just gauging you, bro.
We got Fred VanVleet and we got that dog over there, man, that showed up in that fever, man. We ain't gonna be 20 because he gonna make sure if anybody that's gonna make sure when he come and play defense for us every night, it's gonna be that boy that played in that fever. But other than that, I say that it's gonna be hard when it comes down to stretch. When the starters ain't Jalen Green having a bad game and we need somebody, unless like I said, one of them guys is ready for NBA ready already. That's NBA ready already, and that can be on the Cam Whitmore, man. I think Cam Whitmore or Armin Thompson can be NBA ready that where they can average 12 and 13 apiece if they get enough minutes. But other than that, nah, we ain't gonna win 20. I ain't falling for that. Not when we just gave Fred VanVleet and him that money. We still better win 37 games, 38 games, man. We still better win that. I just knew with KPJ we was gonna be like 41, 42. I knew we were gonna be 41, 42. But we win 37s and we barely miss the play in or we make the play in. I'm gonna be good with that, but we still got new coach, got new veterans on the team. Fred VanVleet. Then we got Jalen that he needs to step his game up. If he come out there and average 30, 27, then and it's efficient, then and you got your boy Şengün, he gonna average this year he gonna average about 17, 18 with 10 or 9 rebounds with one or two blocks a game.
So he gonna be knocking on the triple double?
Huh? I'm talking about Şengün. He gonna average like 18 and 9, and he gonna average 2 blocks a game. So we ain't gonna lose 20 something. We ain't gonna win 20 something. We gonna win by 36, 37, and we're gonna be fighting for a play in. And then it's gonna be the time we're gonna be missing KPJ. But like, man, Jalen Green tripping, bro. KPJ was coming off that bench. But like you said, we can't say that because we ain't never seen it yet. We ain't know how KPJ was gonna act playing that role. But if we know if we go out what we know that he can do, then but we ain't able to see that, so we can't just say, oh, KPJ would have saved us. So it's just gonna be like we need our players to stay healthy and play good and play their heart out, and we can probably win 37 games, 38 games.
Hey, my coach said he ain't never missed the playoffs, bro. We going to the playoffs, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm holding on to.
That's why
he said he don't miss the playoffs, bro.
But he said that before. He said that before KPJ got in this situation. I know.
But I don't think he was like saying that because he had KPJ either, though. You know, I feel like he's saying that because I'm Ime Udoka and I ain't never lost. I ain't never missed playoffs.
But I know it kind of like put a dent into the coaching.
Oh, for sure.
In the organization to where they like. It's like you lose your best coworker for stealing or something. But you know this coworker come to work and give you 100.
Drop 30.
He come and give you all, but he got caught stealing boxes or something. So you gotta let him go. But you know, like, damn, man, I ain't got nobody else that gonna give me this type of work every day, man.
And that's the thing.
So now you gonna.
We was deep. We was so deep, man. We got players to step up. That's the only thing about the team. We always said when we was talking, man, we was like, damn, this team is deep. We don't know if we're gonna be able to get Cam with more minutes. We don't know if we're gonna be able to get East and Mina. Now we can get these guys minutes. You know what I'm saying?
But I think we all want to see KPJ play that 6-man role.
We sure want to see that, bro.
If this year we wouldn't have made the playoffs, we could have traded him and got some, because somebody he could have went somewhere else and started. We could have traded him and got something else, got a draft pick. We could have tried to trade him to OKC and got our draft pick back or something. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, but now it's like we losing all the way around because we ain't gonna get nothing out this man. So now it's like we gotta rely on one of our rookies to step up.
Yeah, but we don't need him to step up to be a starter. We just need him to step up and give him some minutes off the bench. That's the good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
You
what
look
I
for
mean?
bench production, man.
We can't afford, but we can't afford to have another um like another rookie like have a bad season like Jabari. We gotta have somebody that can really like come in there and have the confidence and talent and be ready to play. Because if they don't show up and if they just come to play and ain't producing, it ain't gonna be it's gonna be pointless because we're gonna be still losing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think we still deep enough to where we ain't relying on rookies to produce off the bench? I feel like we still deep.
We still deep enough to win 37 games, but we ain't deep enough to go to the playoffs, probably.
But I'm saying I don't think we gonna have to depend on Cam being that dude. I feel like Tari is gonna come out for real. Like the way he came out in summer league, if he come out like just like 80% of that, bro. He scored 9 last year, bro. If he give us like 12, 13, 15, somewhere around there, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Man. Tari a dog. Tari's a dog.
Yeah, he was a spark last year.
Yeah. He's a dog, man. He's a dog. Cam Whitmore is a dog, man.
What can Tari Eason average, though, coming off the bench? Could he average 16, 15?
It depends on the minutes that he get.
If you look at Tari production, compared to his minutes that he's played, he's right on par with. If he get 20-some minutes a game, he could easily average almost 20 points.
Yeah, because 17, something crazy.
Yeah, just because he get all the hustle, and all of the garbage rebounds and putbacks and everything, man. He really just need more minutes on the court, bro.
Could he be consistent with it though? That's the key. Could he be consistent, like to where every night he come off that bench and he just it's easy for him, or he gonna be having some of them rookie mistakes that he was having last year, because I seen some of them.
Truthfully, he was one of our most consistent players last year on the court.
Look, you put a lot of you giving KPJ a lot of credit, and then you questioning the people who deserve the credit. Like you giving KPJ like, oh yeah, we're gonna be 5 wins short. We're gonna be 6 wins short if KPJ not there. And then at the same time, like Ghost just saying, the guy that was leading the league in offensive rebounds, you question them saying, can he be consistent? That's, you know what I mean? So you kind of contradicting yourself in that fashion. I think if you look at it, you say, okay,
like consistent to where he can average 17 points, 15 points every night. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I see a flash in him, but shit, you know how. You know what I'm saying? When you get a bigger role, man, it get crucial, man. When you get a bigger role, it get crucial. So that's what I'm saying.
It's going to be people game planning for him and this and that, you know what I mean? But I don't think Tari got the kind of game you can game plan for. You got to outwork Tari. It's not. It's not like you're gonna say, oh yeah, you gotta hold Tari Eason like this, because he everywhere. Tari Eason be everywhere like the sky, bro.
Yeah.
He all over the place like the sky. You know what I mean? So
we didn't even run plays for Tari. What's up, Smoke? Right. Appreciate you for joining us, bro. Look at you, King Coffee. Yeah, bro. We didn't even run plays for Tari. He just came out there on just wheeling guts.
We don't have to. We still don't have to now, because he doesn't have to be a starter. All he got to do is come give us bench minutes. You know what I'm saying? All he has to give us bench minutes, and like Dude said, you can't really game plan for him, man. You're gonna have to outwork him, and he one of them players that he not gonna let you outwork him. So he been consistent, man. He probably that space. He been our most consistent player. He hasn't shown us flashes of not being. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I want to hear.
Hold on, brother. Let me finish this real quick.
Yeah.
We don't have nothing to believe that he's not gonna be inconsistent. And I also want to say one thing before get back to you, Space, with Raphael Stone. One thing about that thing is, now look, he really on the hot seat now, because look who he just brought in. He just brought in Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks been around the league as a hothead. So now if Dylan Brooks come in also and blow some shit up, he really gone, man. And not just that, Cam Whitmore too. Even though we picked him with the 20th pick, but Cam Whitmore dropped because he, quote unquote, had problems. So if either one of them two fuck up, he definitely gone. So that's on his way.
Yeah, that's a good point. I ain't really think about I think Cam Whitmore, he dropped more because of his injuries issues, but he he did have those, some
interviews,
some things in interviews and stuff. Yeah, but I'm thinking that was more like they thought he was dumb, like dumb jockish or something. But
no, I think it's more he was too strong headed, and they didn't like how strong.
I like strong headed people though.
They say he was unmotivated.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey man, he was doing some self-sabotaging, man. He was trying to get to that 20 piece. That's what it was. He trying to get down to the 20, dog. Let me just blow all these interviews off.
He succeeded. Whatever he did, he succeeded.
He was in Houston that whole time.
He was in Houston working out, bro. He knew where he wanted to go. He said, "I'm gonna just blow these off and just get where I need to go." That's what I think. That's my theory, man.
I hear you. Now we're gonna wrap this thing up and go ahead and give out your final takes, man. What up? Who want to start us off? Hot take? Anybody got a hot take? EF, I know you got a hot take.
Hey,
Ringleader, what's up?
Yeah, give me a minute.
All right. Just one question for everybody, man. What Jabari and Jalen got to average for us to make it to the playoffs?
Jabari and who?
Jabari and Jalen Green, what they got to average for us to make it to the playoffs?
25 and 20.
Ooh. You think Barry gonna average 20? Ooh.
I think his game. I think he stepped. I think he just finally became Barry that we was expecting out of Auburn. I know it was only summer league, but that was confidence. You know what I'm saying? That was confidence having his first summer league. So now he got his confidence. He got a whole season, and the second half of the season, he showed that. We're seeing Barry. We're seeing Barry. Now in the summer league, he still showed it. So I think he's gonna come in and be like, the NBA is turning around to where it's a young man's league again. You know what I'm saying? So he's not playing against veterans and it's young players all around the NBA is young players. So it's players that's his age. So now he could just show his talent, man. So I think he could definitely average 20. I think Jalen Green is the biggest player that we're going to need for KPJ. I still think it's Jalen Green. I think because they play the same position, and Jalen Green is a star. And if he could pump up 35, 40 minutes like these SGAs and John Morant's and give you that solid, barely take this motherfucker off the court because he cooking like he should be, I think that's going to be the biggest piece right there is Jalen Green. And then with our young guys, man, Amin Thompson is a stud, dude. Amin Thompson is a straight stud. Ken Whitmore is a stud. Everybody around the league is slapping themselves in the face because they didn't get Ken Whitmore, man. Everybody's talking about him. All the pundits are talking about, like, yo, he's a stud. You can see it. Anybody that knows basketball, you see it. It's clear as day, man. That the only thing that's going to hold him back is his attitude and shit like that. Other than that, we got the right coach for him. We got the best coach for Ken Whitmore, man. The dude is a stud. He played just like Melo. He looked just like Melo. Everything about him is Melo. He's from Baltimore. Him and Melo is best friends. The way he just pull up on a shot, his little crossover, step back, all his mannerisms is Carmelo, man. So we got it, man. We had enough, was deep enough so we could take a loss like this. I didn't expect it to be KPJ, or I hated that had to be anybody, but we were so deep and we got 2 top 5 picks on the bench, plus Tari. Shit, we was able to lose a player. We didn't lose no starters. So I think we good still, man. I'm sticking with my 6 to 8 seed, and that's my piece, yo.
Already. Yeah, what you got?
So check this out. Since KPJ gone, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go out on the limb. I'm gonna go from 43 to 45 wins since KPJ gone. I'm gonna say that KPJ being
some more albums.
You
going up? You going up?
It's gonna add 2 extra wins. It's gonna allow us to get, like everybody been saying, it's gonna allow these young guys to come in, and I believe some of these young guys are gonna win us games that we didn't expect to win when we had KPJ. KPJ is gonna be compensated for easily by the addition, by the extra playing time Tari Eason get, and by addition of the players that we brought in. But my hottest take is Dylan Brooks will average 20 points a game this year. Because
what did he average last year?
I think it was like 17 or 15 or something like that. Somewhere around that area.
I don't think so. I think it was more like 12 or something, bro. Wasn't it?
Okay, 13 or something like that, maybe.
I can't remember.
So he wanted to have more of a role scoring the ball, which the guy that was the locked on Memphis guy said that he could get to his spots. He was able to get off his shots. They just didn't always go in. So I think with more focus, more confidence, and not feeling like he don't supposed to shoot, and then KPJ not being there, Dylan Brooks is going to average more points a game this year. I think Dylan Brooks will get us closer to around 20 points. I'm going to say, 18 to 20 points a game, Dylan Brooks will average that this year. So there go your 17 points that KPJ not getting between Tari and Dylan.
Okay, so Dylan Brooks,
I gotta say that's a hot
average. He averaged 18 in 2022, and then 14 had a dip. He had a 14 last year, so he is supposed to bounce back this year.
Okay, we gonna see. I know my boy EF. He always got them hot takes. Yeah,
that was a good one. I like that Dylan Brooks 20 points, and I like the addition by subtraction. I like that also because we got the talent on the bitch. And one more thing, Space. Udoka's bringing that defense, man. These boys is gonna be playing hard defense every night, man. Yeah. We got defensive dogs. KPJ was never a defensive dog. Remember that. We wasn't counting on KPJ play defense, so we ain't lose no defense. We still got Tari. I
think our man is a better defender. Gonna be
right. We still got Tari. Still got Dylan Brooks. Man, this defense, Fred VanVleet plays. He's a little bulldog. Jabari's a fucking defense, man. We still got that defense. That defense gonna win us a lot of games. I say that every time, man, and I believe it, man. That defense, you get a top 10 defense, top 12 defense. That's gonna put us in the playoffs just alone, just the defense.
Yeah,
John, you got anything?
Yeah, man. I'ma say. Raphael Stone redeems himself by making a trade for Buddy Hield.
Y'all like Buddy Hield? Oh, I'm glad Frank ain't here because Frank, I think he would have let you have it, man. Frank is not a Buddy Hield fan.
He don't like Buddy?
Nah, he don't like Buddy Hield at all.
Buddy Hield got a clip, bro.
He a shot chucker and he no defense. His defense is obsolete.
That's exactly what Frank says about him. EF, you right on the money. He says he shoot bad shots and his defense is not worth him hitting a couple of threes here and there.
Oh yeah, if he don't play defense, hell no.
Hold on. Let me see what he's shooting, bro. I know he's shooting like 40, bro.
No, he shoots some good shots. I mean, he
can
shoot
42.
He can shoot. But
let me see.
Frank like, nah. He's not an impact player, a positive impact player, basically.
Off the bench, though?
Let me see. Off the bench, that's what I'm saying. Like, off the bench, I'd take it, bro.
Yeah, off the bench, I wouldn't. I mean,
the thing about
we need shooting, though.
The thing about Buddy Hield is if you could get Miles Turner with him. That was the deal for Buddy Hield was, hey, I get Buddy Hield and I get Miles Turner. But if you just get Buddy Hield, no Miles Turner, then, like who want to just get Buddy Hield? Because you got players who can jack up shots. You already got Jalen Green on the team. So, you don't really necessarily need a but.
We ain't got that 3-point sniper. That KPJ.
Yeah, I'm just saying we need a sniper, bro.
KPJ
we need a sniper, and he averaging 40.
KPJ was the best catch and shoot 3-point shooter in the whole entire league last year. So we missing that 3-point ball though. We are missing that. We don't need him to come play starting minutes, but if we could come play on the second row and put defense around him, put an Amin around him and a Tari Easton around him, but they can play the defense and let him just guard some whack ass player, that could work.
Yeah, but do you feel like with a guy like Buddy Hield, who's an established shooter, who's an established ego, who feel like he should have the green light to shoot when he want to, do you feel like he's gonna have the attitude to go with a bunch of young guys taking shots that he feel like he could have made? When they miss a shot, Jalen missed a shot, or Fred VanVleet shooting a Steph Curry 3, how you feel like Buddy Hield gonna take that when they the same height?
You got to remember. You got one of the best coaches in the league, man. He not going for none of that bullshit. So if he jumping and jiving on that bullshit, he up out of here.
Right on the bench.
Yeah, he gonna be
on the bench. So what's the point of having him?
Because I don't think that's gonna be the case, bro.
I don't think he's gonna act like that. I think he's gonna come here and the coach gonna put him in his place, let him know like this is what you're gonna do, this is how it's gonna be. He never been one of those players in the NBA where he's been an attitude problem. So I think he's gonna fit right in his place.
Man,
yeah, he ain't never had no. I ain't never seen Buddy Hield having no issues, having no ego.
Have you seen that dude teeth? That dude teeth don't look like he's gonna take no shit from no coach, man.
He's gonna have to get punched in the mouth.
Hey, he gonna humble himself with them teeth, bro.
Man, yeah, bro.
He gonna need to get him a grill, bro. He be alright.
He gonna need some big grills. There's a lot of
gold.
gold.
Be in Houston, it's the perfect place to get a grill.
Be a lot of gold for them teeth.
No, I think it'll work out, bro. I think it'll work out. Ime is the coach that all the players want to play for. He comes here, bro. He gonna fall in line. Not in the sense of like being a lesser version of himself, but he gonna fit in. I think, bro. Coming out the bench, shooting 40%, 85% from the free throw, bro. Like, I think that's
nah, man,
that's Eric Gordon, bro. He ain't got to be a whole bunch. He ain't got to do a whole bunch.
No offense to nobody, man, but we need a token white boy to shoot the ball, man. Let's just keep it a bean, man. You know what I'm saying? We need a white boy, a fundamental shot, dog. Not nobody who jumping 2-3, jumping 20 inches off the ground to shoot the ball. We need a token white boy that's a little bit past the set shot, that can jump. His own elbow gonna be tucked in, lined up with his knee, lined up with his toe, like he's shooting an encyclopedia, and his follow through is gonna be lined up with all that shit. A fundamental shot,
got that elbow tucked
white boy, man.
Bro, we got Mayor. We got Mayor. We got Mayor.
I guess we could get one.
Exactly. That's exactly who I was thinking of.
We got Mayor, man. Mayor, I think he gonna shoot some shots. He gonna hit some shots this season for us. That's what we need. Man. Yeah, man. We gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I think that was a good spot to leave it off, man. CSGs, man. We all we got. We all we got, baby. Appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Chopping it up with us.
Appreciate y'all, man.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry it took so long. Like I said, I went out of town, little mini vacation, went to San Antonio, had some fun with my family and everything, man. So the streams will be coming back more regular now since I'm back home and together. And I just took a break, bro.
Yeah, well, shit, we in the off season, so the season ain't started yet.
Yeah.
Ghost was out there eating them churros.
Man, I had some funnel cake. Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That stuff is so expensive in there, man. It's like $19 for a cheeseburger basket, dog. It was crazy expensive, man. So yeah, man, I spent a little bit too much money over there. But I did win some prizes, man. Your boy Ghost is the prize whisperer, man. I was out there doing the thing, man. I came back, got a big chili pepper, some big old zebra head, unicorn head. I won some prizes, though, bro. I won some prizes out there. Yeah, I was showing them how it was done. They was laughing and stuff, thinking I wasn't going to get nothing, but bro, I came home. Even my little kid, my little boy, and my little girl, they won a prize. So, yeah, man, we had a good time.
What year was that, Space?
What year?
Where was you?
I went to San Antonio at Six Flags.
Oh, okay.
Six Flags over Texas, and they actually had like the Fright Fest going on out there, man. And they was out there looking like ghosts and goblins and vampires, and when it got dark, bro, it was crazy because they had smoke everywhere. Bro, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Oh, I got my boy DJ Generation. He just popped through. He says, I just saw you was on live. I got a lot of t-shirt designs I got to send y'all, man. Hit them in the email, DJ. Put them in the email, man. We can look it out.
Hey, what's the email, man? I was trying to send you a clip the other day, man. I couldn't find how to get in touch with you.
At HTX Chop Shop, HTX Chop Shop at Gmail.
HTX Chop Shop.
HTX Chop Shop at Gmail. I'm also on Twitter. You can hit me on Twitter.
He wouldn't let me send no message, man. I said I couldn't, for some reason, couldn't send a message to you.
On Twitter?
I don't know what that was about. Mm-hmm.
It's X now, not Twitter.
Well, forget him and that
I couldn't send a message.
You couldn't send me a message? That's crazy. I gotta check out and see what's wrong with that. But I've been getting messages from like other people.
That's weird. I'm gonna check it out. It might be on me.
Yeah, man. I'm or I'm on Instagram, Space Ghost, and you'll see because I got the Chop Shop emblem by me. You'll know if that's me or not.
Okay, cool.
DJ Generation said, "Did y'all cover Gilbert Arenas clowning Hakeem?" Nah, man. I was probably gonna leave that for the next session. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas out of line for trying to clown Hakeem. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but
he a clown, man.
Yeah, he clowned. He just engagement farming with that because everybody know what Hakeem do, bro. Everybody goes there. Everybody goes there.
You worried about that man pockets? What he doing?
Yeah, why he pocket watching this man?
Yeah, fucking legend.
For real. Why you pocket watching, bro? Just because he getting paid because somebody want to come and learn stuff from him as far as basketball wise. And
40 years later.
Yeah, and you was up out of there because you want to carry guns and be trash. Man, he really ain't even worth my breath, truthfully. But he talking about the GOAT. So of the Houston Rockets. So yeah, I'll respond to him probably on the next stream, man. But man, like always, man, appreciate y'all for coming out. Y'all are the best, most well-informed group on here, man. Y'all are the best, dog. That's why I do it. So appreciate y'all for having the patience with me. I know y'all been looking like, well, damn, what Space said he ain't did no stream in a minute. But yeah, I was just doing some things with the whole family, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Like always, CSGs. CSGs, we all we got, man. Let's go, Houston Rockets, man. We gonna see, man. My boy Ringleader, he was real depressed today, man. Hopefully he feel better within the next couple of days, bro.
After media day, he gonna be alright.
Hold on. I thought he ain't like KPJ.
I thought he didn't either, not like that, but I think he just figured it out. Like we did take quite that is a blow to the team. I'm not gonna front
it. It is a blow, but we so deep. I think we're able to withstand it, man.
Yeah. But come back and holler at your boy Space on the next go around, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Let's go, Houston Rockets. We gonna be up out of here. CSGs, we all we got, baby.